Hallelujah. Good and glorious morning to everyone out there. Greetings to you from Nakuru, Kenya. It's hard to keep track sometimes, but I say habari yako. Hello, greetings to everyone in America and in Africa and other parts of the world. It's an exciting journey here as I've been sharing with you on my channel about my journey to Africa and the business opportunities, housing opportunities, and mission and humanitarian outreach. So today I want to talk a little bit more about our Paradise Salai mission base, which we are developing in Solai, Kenya. And Solai is about 50 minutes north of Nakuru town in Nakuru County in Kenya. And so our plan is to develop a half-acre property into our mission base, which will house our guest cottages for our missionaries, our humanitarian workers, as well as the guests who visit the country who want to get out for some retreats in the area. So that is the base that we're going to use for all of our humanitarian outreach across Kenya as well as East Africa. And it's also going to be a place where you can come and find refuge, find rest and restoration. So we're excited about that project, which prayerfully will be completed before our mission trip in December. Our construction is scheduled to start in August. So stay tuned for more information about that. I think we briefly shared some of the architectural drawings as well as the layout for the property and the walls and the gate for the compound. And so we're going to be having opportunities for landscapers there, for security, for housekeepers, and just building community outreach into that local area. We're looking at doing water distribution, businesses and outreach in the area, school outreach to schools for student fees, uniforms, and school supplies. So when we come for our mission trip in December, we'll have a lot of things to do in the Nakuru town, in Solai, as well as in Nairobi. Every city we go to, we want to leave a positive impact there. I'm also proud of the work that our community workers are doing in Machakos, in Kisii, as well as the Eastleigh area of Nairobi, where we're working with the Ethiopian church. And so it's a very diverse mission that we have here in Kenya. This is not just a vacation. This is not a tourist perspective of Kenya. This is the perspective that we use to impact and interact with ordinary Kenyans. And I'm also encouraged and so blessed to have had the opportunity. Me and my wife, we really are blessed to know that we can employ people, giving them jobs. Our cafe is really thriving, and we're looking at doing other community outreaches to the Barnabas area of Nakuru with a family movie night that we're looking at doing. Also adding extra weekly specials to our cafe menu. Stay tuned for more information about Caribou Cafe, which will be offering our weekly Caribou specials, which offers some of the common Kenyan or Swahili foods like nyama choma, particularly beef nyama choma, ugali, and managu. If you're in America, you may think of managu as maybe collard greens. Something is similar to that. And the ugali is a white substance that you kind of put in your hand and make a ball out of it to dip in your foods. The only thing that I can liken that to back in America is maybe what we call grits, which are made from cornmeal, but we serve it hot and usually eat it for breakfast with sausage, bacon, or fish and eggs and things like that. But it's not the consistency of balling it up, but that's the closest thing. And nyama choma is basically what we call barbecue back home, except without the sauce. They just roast and grill the meat. They marinate the meat with spices and things like that, and they grill it over a grill, usually form of charcoal. But back home, we generally would call that, we're going to have a barbecue, minus the barbecue sauce. So it's very delicious. So we're going to start serving that as a weekly special in the upcoming weeks. And so it's been a real blessing to employ up to 6 people. Now on the payroll in the businesses that we have invested in. So that's a great blessing to know that you're impacting personal lives and affecting the economy in Kenya, particularly in Nakuru, the Barnabas area. And we're looking forward to starting new businesses. We're always on the hunt for viable businesses that can help people who are disadvantaged or underprivileged to get a boost for sustainable income opportunities. And so if you're listening to this and you're in Kenya, reach out to us and we can examine whether your business plan is one that we can see as a viable business to invest in. Perhaps we can. We generally invest up to 20,000 Kenyan shillings to get a boost. For my American friends and those in the West, that's equivalent to about 150 US dollars. And I think I mentioned previously that if you're interested in partnering with us to sponsor a business or invest in a business, and then we can send those returns back to you, to the US, right where you are. So you don't have to be in Africa or Kenya in order to take advantage of the business investment opportunities. Now, we don't invest in big, large-scale businesses. We invest in small startups for entrepreneurs where they can get a sustainable income started, make a small investment, see how the business goes. If it grows and you want to make a larger investment, then that's an option that you have. So we want to be sure that we give people a hand up, not a handout. This is how they can learn how to fish for themselves instead of waiting for someone to give them a fish, which is part of the problem of the mindset of people, a lot of people on this side of the world, because of the historical nature of colonization, foreign aid, and things as such. But I see it slowly turning. We're trying to give a new paradigm shift to the new generation of Kenyans, Africans, and people all around the world who may have been in disadvantaged places, because there is a great migration happening in the world. There are some people still migrating to the West, but as you have probably been made aware of, there are a lot of people who are leaving the Western countries, particularly America, searching for greener pastures elsewhere. And there are greener pastures elsewhere because I found them. Now, my pastures were green and still are green back in America, where I still own my property, our retreat center, our mission base for the U.S. is based there in Southeast Georgia. And so now we're establishing a mission base here in Africa so that we can reach the people in this part of the world. So if you're in America, if you're in the Southeast area of America, particularly in the state of Georgia, and you're interested in being involved with our mission work there, contact me. We can have conversations with you about how we can partner with you, how we can assist people right in your local community with the same things that we're helping people with here in Kenya. Job opportunities, business opportunities, housing opportunities, community building. This is what we're all about, because no matter where you live in the world, you need to have a healthy community of people to interact with socially, spiritually, financially, emotionally. You need healthy relationships to make your life whole and complete. And we want to be able to do that with you and for you wherever you are around the world. Not everyone will be able to connect in person, but thanks to technology, just like I'm using here today, we communicate with people from many nations around the world, and we can build relationships as best we can virtually. When you have like-minded people that you communicate and contact on a regular basis, you grow as a result of your interaction with people. Generally, you need that interaction from people who are of a diverse background, a diverse perspective in life. Because if you're only hanging around people who think like you, look like you, talk like you, you've grown as far as you're going to grow in that circle. So if you want to look at expanding your horizons, expanding your thinking, getting the broader perspectives on life, then it's time to broaden your horizons and contact and communicate with people who may think differently, act differently, and look different than you in order for you to grow and to blossom in brand new ways. So we look forward to doing that. Through our Christ Universal Church, which is our small group fellowship of believers that gather for teaching, prayer, breaking bread, and fellowship. We can do that virtually for those who we can't connect with in person. Yes, everyone will not be coming to Africa. Everybody would not be coming to America, but wherever you are, you can find some connection with us, and we look forward to doing so as God would allow. So that's a little bit of what I wanted to touch with you on. We talked on our mission base, and stay tuned for more information about that. We're planning to sit down with our architect and our contractor in the next week or so to go over the final business plans and the cost analysis and getting the final approvals for licenses and permits to start construction soon. And we've also talked with you about the buying process that we went through for buying land here. Feel free to reach out to us, contact us about that. I'll share my experience thus far and some of the ways in which you may be able to pursue your dreams and goals if you have dreams to purchase land and build here in Kenya or America. I can give you the same advice. So again, prayerfully, this is something that I talked about today that touches a level of interest for you. And if I can be able to help to you, feel free to reach out to us through the YouTube, leave a comment, or you can reach out to us through our Affordable African Horizons website, and we'll follow up with you. But I pray everyone have another good, blessed, and marvelous day. And I look forward to speaking with you in our next broadcast. Kwaheri. Goodbye. Talk with you later.